Passing Energy with your host, Priest. With your host, Priest. When the smoke starts yapping, that's it. Priest. And that's it. Prepare to be enlightened and entertained. And that's it.
Hey guys, Priest here, and welcome to another episode of Passing Energy. Okay, so fresh and fit. Apparently, they got their YouTube channel demonetized, and they're on the verge of being canceled, allegedly. Well, I know allegedly because they were on their podcast talking about.
Man, we got a very important announcement for you guys.
It won't be the same, bro.
Yeah, the channel has been kicked off the YouTube Partner Program. Just keep it straight with
If you
y'all.
look right now, you can't even super chat or
You can't even super chat right now.
Yep. So this is the beginning of the end of this era.
We're working with YouTube to try to come to a middle ground and work together and figure this out. But for now,
We don't even know why.
We don't know the specific reason.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack. About this situation with Fresh and Fit. I didn't even know the guy's name. I ain't glad. All I know is Fresh and Fit. That's all I knew. I saw a few of their clips. I actually knew someone who went on their show. Shoot, she should come on my podcast and talk about her experience about the show. I should do that out there regarding this. So yeah, they were on their platform. I think it's the guy name is Myron. Yes, Myron Gaines, and then the other guy whose name is Walter, I believe. I try to figure which one's who. I think Gaines is the light-skinned one. Walter is the dark-skinned one. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Y'all got to help me out. Help me out in the comment section. Anyway, so they were on the platform speak about how their channel is being demonetized, on the verge of losing it. They have over 1 million subscribers. They came to express their grievances over the situation. Now, this is very interesting how these guys' demeanor have changed from how they come off, to everyone like, oh, I'm this badass. I don't care what y'all is gonna say, what I gonna say, to now to someone who's really, really hurt.
Like, when's the last time you cried? Like, if God forbid something happened to one of your parents, you would cry.
Yeah, no, I mean, my grandma passed away a few months ago. I haven't actually shared this. And yeah, I went on, there was a girl over. I went over and I went over on the balcony. I cried by myself, and I saw her coming. I was like, fucking, wipe that shit up immediately.
Really
and I told her, leave me alone. And the reason why is because even though it sounds so great to be able to open up in front of your girl, I understand that the female hard wiring is literally designed to look for security and be repulsed by inadequacy. So by you crying, you don't know how your girl's going to react to it. For example, here's a perfect example right now. When we asked her the question, she raised her hand, I want a vulnerable man, right? But when we asked her, what ended up happening, he cried and it turned her off. You don't know how a woman's going to respond until it actually happens in front of her. Yeah. Every girl is different, and how they respond to that, you opening up your emotions. So what I tell guys instead is, go ahead and be vulnerable with a man. No homo.
Saving children, right? That was great, but saving you guys is better.
Yeah, man, this is tough, bro, because we put our lives into this,
It just show you that nothing's set in stone. Like, we don't really own anything. Things can be just taken away from us whenever. That's scary. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to address this situation, because I want to give my thoughts on Fresh and Fit, and on top of that, I'll give my thoughts on them being demonetized. I'm the type person, if you already know about my podcast, guys, welcome back. I know I've been on a huge, I hate this, but I had to take a mental break. I have to. The type of things I do, I need to take a break, because I know some things I say is rattle people's spirits. And when they ride their spirits, they come together like Voltron and prey on my downfall. I believe that with every fiber of my being.
it ain't no fun. Lord have mercy. Jesus. Oh, horrible. The horror. Horrible. Oh,
Why is it horrible?
Awful. Oh. Ooh. Oh, gosh. Ooh.
So I need to recharge my battery, probably to pray to God. But I need to recharge my battery, get refreshed to take on this thing that we call the internet, right? So from a person like me, who is a straight shooter, pow, bang, right in the forehead, who's a straight shooter, who builds content off of just saying it how it is with no filter.
Death to all of them.
I've gained, well, I have a little filter. Trust me, you won't get the uncut. The uncut version is boy, I've been canceled a long time. What the world calls no filter. I understand where they're coming from when it comes to how they speak. That's how I speak.
I'm not going to say I'm sorry to them because they kept pushing at it. So, and that's all I'd really like to say.
What about your use of the N-word?
I used that word because they forced me into it.
Do you see how that's incredibly offensive?
Yes, I do. That's why I said it.
But there's a difference between I'm trying to say something that I know is going to piss someone off compared to someone like me who's just saying it because I just talking. There's no thought in my mind when it comes to, like, there's no malice. I have no intentions of trying to offend someone or belittle someone. My intention is just to speak. And I feel sometimes there are topics they know are going to offend people. They know it's going to, well, really women. They know it's going to make women feel a certain way.
When a man becomes better, the woman benefits as a byproduct. When the woman becomes better, she starts to look at other potential suitors. That's the difference, because you guys are always looking for someone who's better than you. Men, we don't care about that. We're satisfied with a girl that can help us be the best that we can be. A girl isn't satisfied until she finds the best that she can get. So that is why it's so important for the man to be the leader. Because if the woman's the leader, just a matter of time until he's going to get replaced. I always say it. Men lead, women follow. If a woman leads, she's going to lead you all right to the end of that goddamn relationship.
Oh, stop! Stop talking! You are insane! My God!
I believe in freedom of speech. I believe that should be a space for everyone to speak. You know what I mean? There should be a voice for everyone. I don't believe in everything just being the same. You know, the world's becoming boring. Everyone's gonna be talking the same thing. There's no buffer, like nothing. Everything just be gray. And that's a blind life. I don't know if y'all remember Timmy Turner when everything was gray. That is how it's going to be when we all talking the same thing. We all think the same. Like this, that could be so boring. So I feel like there should be a space for some content like Fresh and Fit. Now, where I believe they went wrong, they had colorism topics that they were very colorist. My guest co-O'Shea, we talked about this like last year. It was last year or year before last. I can't remember when it was. But we talk about this.
I'm called Black. It's funny I never used that one, bro. But hey, man.
I mean, hey, bro, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, like me and Fresh aren't really down with the brown like that.
Man.
We ain't night riders.
Nah,
so
bro, I'm good.
You know, sometimes if they're, you know, red bone, but like in general, me and Fresh don't dabble in the dark, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Okay.
They invite mostly only light skin to racially ambiguous women. There was no real representation of women of color, of darker women of color.
Do y'all consider yourselves high value men?
He definitely does. He definitely does.
The money. I mean, that term is so
what do you think?
Obscure, but
No.
You know the answer. No?
He
Okay.
definitely does.
So ask me. So let me ask you this: What would make a high value guy in your eyes?
You want me to be fully honest?
Go ahead.
He wouldn't be on a podcast doing this. I honestly think this is like, I mean, it pays the bills, but I don't think he'll be here doing this.
Okay, no. What should he do then?
Well, I would say I have dated high value men, and they would think what y'all do is weird.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna move on. Write it down. We're gonna move on to the next person.
What'd you say?
Hey.
Yo, chill out. Chill out.
Wait, so what move seats around?
Yeah, move my seat.
All right, cool.
Move my shit.
Yeah, because I don't fucking like her energy.
That's fine, girl.
Mad disrespectful.
No.
Oh God.
You move over here.
Cause sit next to
All right. Both of you are gonna relax.
Musical
Okay.
chairs.
I'm chill.
Hey, chill out.
I'm chilling.
No, you're not.
Those were the red flag for this show. There was no balance, you know. Don't get me wrong. The first certain clips I've watched of Fresh and Fit, they made some good points. The advice they was giving, they were great points. What I don't like, guys, and I'm sorry if I'm all over the place, because I'm trying my best to gather my thoughts on the situation. Fresh and Fit content is like the 10% of how women are, or 20%. It's not a high figure. Because the everyday woman is not a gold digger. The everyday woman is not a whore, is not a slut, is not trying to compete with men. The everyday man is not having struggles. You are projecting yourself on the percentage of men who go after women who are a certain way. You ignore the homesome girl because she boring and going after the bad chick, and then you're shocked and upset because the bad chick telling you it come with a price.
You guys don't understand how much a woman can fuck your life up when you don't know what the hell is going on. A lot of y'all are shacking up or wifing up girls that have more sexual experience than you. She's been around dudes, she knows the game. Then your dumbass ends up, oh, let me walk down the aisle with this girl. Next thing you know, 6 months later, you're getting fucking divorced or you're getting broken up with. That's why we tell y'all, don't get married. In general, most of you guys have no business getting fucking married.
That's what I don't understand. Fresh and Fit podcast is really advice for men who go after the toxic women they're talking about. That is what Fresh Fit is for. Because the average woman is not what they're talking about. That's not the day-to-day woman. That's not every woman is like that. Just like how not every man is like a certain way. Women go after the men who into nothing. You know, you see him with 100 baby mamas. You see him with 100 chicks. But you don't go after them and say, oh, man ain't no nothing. Man ain't shit. How you expect? You ignore the other guys who's trying to get at you. And you ran after the man you know wasn't nothing.
Sensational.
That is my issue. And that's what Fresh Fit is about. They come on their podcast, talk about stuff that is not the day-to-day issues. They're not. And that's what I'm trying to say. This is not the day-to-day issue that they're talking about. The scenarios that they bring up do happen. They absolutely 100% happen, but they're not the regular. What social media, these misogynistic content creators like Fresh Fit, the Adam, whatever his name is, not Adam, Andrew Tate, like those people who give, like I said, good advice. They're giving good advice towards toxic women, but that's not every woman.
For you chicks, because women confuse this very often. They talk about the fact that men have all the power, men make all the money, men are in charge, and we oppress women. Let me make something very clear to you.
Okay.
Firstly, you're confusing 1% of men with all men. The majority of men have no money, no power, no sex from their wife,
Facts.
no fucking chance in court. They can't even keep their house. They won't get to see their kids, and they don't. So most men, their life sucks.
Okay.
That's the first thing. The second thing, when a man gets up at 4 a.m. to go carry garbage to earn a good wage, he ain't thinking, I'm gonna do this so I can oppress that bitch because she's broke. He's doing it thinking so I can provide for my family, so my woman can stay at home and raise my kids and have nice nails while I'm out here carrying trash. You go to a coal mine, those dudes are not down there thinking about oppressing women. They're down there thinking about providing for women.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying that there's not bad apples, but in general, us men are prepared to take on more bullshit to protect you than you would possibly believe. And in the modern world, they've spun that. Feminism spun that. Men make all the money. You women need more money because men make the money and men are in charge and men have the good jobs. Men are out here giving up their fucking life.
And then you have these men who are lonesome, who are lonely, crying to their pillows, looking for something to put them to sleep at night.
Tommy,
me, she left you because you're kind of ugly and you don't make that much money. She was way out of your league.
What are you saying?
I was trying to cheer him up and say that there's more fish in the sea.
Oh, that was nice. Did you knock yet?
No.
Because they can't get it from the woman. Y'all going after the wrong set of woman. Let's start there. You're going after the wrong set of woman and ignoring the regular women who saying, hey, I got you. You don't want them. You want the Instagram models. You want the women who talk about money all the time.
How much should your husband make?
My husband?
Yeah.
I'm 20.
Your 50K is not enough, so how much?
At least $1 million a year.
Okay, that's okay. You gotta be a little bit more realistic.
Oh, I'm being realistic as fuck.
What traits would
100%.
you bring to the table to keep that going?
Well, of course, loyalty. I'm an attractive woman, so of course I would attract a man like that.
Okay.
And family values, morality. I come from a good family. I went to good schools.
Give
I
me
don't
some
have an
tangible things
OnlyFans.
that because you're asking for, you want $1 million a year. That man is in the 0.00001%. So go ahead
I
and tell us.
clean. I'm very compliant. I'll take cooking classes. I don't know how to cook, but I'll take cooking classes.
Bruh. Okay.
Yeah, very compliance. I don't know what else to say. What else do you need?
So
do you think that deserves an $1 million man?
Who always taking pictures in Gucci and this and that in expensive places, then you trying to figure out why she curving you. Her values is not matching yours. And that's my only thing. But again, what Fresh Fit is talk about in their podcast, what I've seen is accurate for the toxic women who are in the world. These scenarios are true as the sky is blue. But those are not the day-to-day, and they are being pushed through the algorithm to make it seem like this is actually how all women think, and that's not true. That's not true.
Do you have female friends?
No, it's a waste of time.
But like the girls that work here, like, are they your friends?
Well, they work for us. They're associates. Yeah, business associates.
Can I say something? I'm sorry. There's not women in your life that makes you think otherwise.
Yeah, man, who hurt you, man?
Yeah, like, I'm sorry there's not women in your life that makes you really believe in women and the power that we hold within ourselves. I'm sorry you ran into a lot of people who's lost and who's still trying to find themselves to the point where they can't even put into
Can you tell me what this power is that you speak of?
power, meaning what?
I'm asking you, can you define what this power is that you speak of?
Power?
Yeah, the power that you referred to. You said, I'm sorry that you didn't get to experience the power that women provide. Et cetera,
Meaning everything that you're saying we lacking from the majority of women that you've met, because it's all off your experience.
Well, actually, I'm basing it anecdotally on literally talking to thousands of men that have been friend zoned by women and not gotten anything in return.
How you know what's best for my family, bitch?
Mr. Hill, there's no need to yell and cuss. One of the two will suffice.
How you know what's best for my family, bitch?
That's the woman y'all go after. That's how they think. And the colorism issue is a lot. The disrespect there for dark-skinned women. It's like, I never understand, and I know it's America have a serious issue, the American men. That's not all men. That's just the one who on social media. Because social media can give you impression that that's every dark-skinned man in the world disrespecting dark-skinned women. That's not them. That's who the social media push and made the kings and queens and all that kind of stuff. That's social media. That's not the real world. Social media and real world is two different things. So I felt like their content could be detrimental, but on top of that, were they lying though? Was it amplified? Yes. And the thing about women went on their show knowing that these men are misogynists, knowing how they talk. But these women were on their show thinking they could charge these guys for what? You in their territory.
Listen, if you want to get off, if you want to leave, you're more than welcome to
I
leave.
asked you to stop with the question and you didn't. Do you want me to leave?
Okay,
He
Myra
doesn't want
Fresh,
you to leave. He doesn't want you
ladies,
to leave. He doesn't
ladies,
want you to leave. Relax.
Kaylee,
Chat,
okay.
what do you guys think?
Chat,
what do you guys think?
we let y'all decide.
Yeah, we'll let the chat decide on this 100K celebration. What do you guys
Kind of a
think?
mess.
Ladies, get the fuck out. You guys have been wild disrespectful, so just get out. People don't want to hear no more. Yo, did you seriously just spill fucking...
You can pack your things and leave. There's the door. There's the door, bitch!
You know, you in their territory trying to tell them how this gonna go. You can't come to Lion's Den and think you're gonna run it. That's crazy. But them being demonetized, I think is, wow, that's very interesting. I think YouTube should find them in the ground, figure out like what is their wrong. They said that YouTube said that they constantly keep breaking the violation, but
y'all, 2023 is such a crazy year because not only did Fresh and Fit podcast get demonetized on YouTube, but also I got this article from Media Takeout, and yeah, I fact checked it. It's accurate. But if you actually read through the community guidelines on YouTube, they have violated those community guidelines numerous amount of times. That includes the promotion of the attacks on women. Okay, and I'm not even going to go into the details. You know exactly what it is that they talk about. Now, Media Takeout reports that the host broke the news on their podcast yesterday and warned their fans that they had planned to shut things down shortly. Now, the podcast has become a subject of controversy in the past due to comments made by Weeks and Gaines, most notably during their viral conversation with Instagram model Brittany Rayner, I think that's how you pronounce her name, earlier this year, where they made alleged misogynistic comments towards her. Now, earlier this year, which I didn't know, the podcast was demonetized for about 7 days from YouTube, and they stated that YouTube had warned them if they continued to make content like that they would be banned. I need men to do this, because if men are listening to this podcast, the only thing that you need to do is not listen to them, and there's a multitude of reasons as to why. The first being that these men don't actually give you relationship advice. The mass majority of men who watch their content are probably single, so the only advice that they should be giving you is dating advice. And not in the sense of how to treat the woman after you get her, but how to actually get the woman. See, Fresh and Fit podcast never actually teaches men the art of dating, the art of courting women or getting women. They only give you the aftermath of once you obtain the woman and what to do with her then. So instead of sitting around listening to people like this who have no proximity to women or probably haven't touched a woman in years, what men actually need to do is get off the internet and go out to bars and commingle with women. Men have adopted and put women on this very high pedestal, so much so that they feel like that they are unattainable, and they begin to envy women. And when you envy women, then you want to defeminize them and make them into your perpetual slaves, which you can't do if you don't actually get women. So instead of podcasts like this, just go outside and touch some grass and go talk to a woman.
So I came here not to argue you guys or to call you out of your name or to disrespect what anybody's doing, because I felt like the interview I had with him, there were things that he said I didn't agree with, but I wanted to sit down and hear his point of view. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So for you to say you're not special, well, I'm special to someone, just like you're special to someone, just like he's special to someone. So for you trying to generalize all groups of women, then we would have to take it back to where this even began. Like why you even have this view of women. And like I said, you have a bunch of dumbass bitches on your guys' podcast, and I get it, they don't challenge you. And I know you're a really smart guy, but it's like, I feel like you need to kind of just be honest and show people who you really are. Like, I know that for people to be dragging you guys and take this little clip and say that's who you are, that's not true. So that's why I sat down and had this conversation. I'm not here to degrade you. Okay. So when you make comments, I'm saying when you make comments like, oh yeah, no women are special. So no woman is special, but yet you guys have a whole podcast dedicated how to get women just for sex. That's all you guys are. So you're saying men are just limited to just sex. That's all they care about is sex. Yes or no? That's all you guys care about. There's no emotional need. It's just my dick, cum, sex. I want a hole.
Wow, you are triggered, man. Wow. I
think also
she wanted a whole right there.
Honestly, it's just I speak with conviction. Yeah, I mean, for you to say girls like me, I'm just like, okay, well, I'm assuming if I go off of what people have said about me, I'm a gold digger who finessed my boyfriend who I lived with and wanted to marry me and still would want to have more kids with me if I wanted to stay with him. I finessed him, and I guess I'm a gold digger. And so all girls like that.
Let's bring this back full circle, because you're speaking with a lot of emotion right now, and to be honest, you're not really making a point. I said at the top, men and women, it's a delicate dance between the two genders to get what they want, correct? I said men want sex, women want resources, attention, money, time, whatever it is from a man. It changes per girl. Some girls want money, some girls want attention, some girls want time, or some girls want a hot guy, whatever it is. But there's a multivariate requirement from women of what they want. Men typically it's just sex. So in that regards of intersexual dynamics between men and women, I'm saying you're not special because you're like every other girl. You want to get resource, time, attention, or whatever it may be, commitment from a man, and a man wants to get sex from you. So when it comes to that, we're talking about biology of what men want from women. You are not special. You are just like every other girl, just like I'm every other guy. The difference is this. I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm special, I'm Myron Gaines, I can do this and that. We said all the time, city boys up, like we don't sit here and try to make ourselves look special. We're regular guys. We want sex. It is what it is. But women run around and say, I'm special. I'm different. It's like, nah, bro. Y'all don't live in reality a lot of times. You guys say, I deserve that. I deserve this. I'm special. Someone looks at me as special. Like, bro, at the end of the day, you're a woman.
What a violation. And I feel like, I'm sure they're raking YouTube a lot of money, but how the world is, boy, this just showing you that they really cracking down. They don't care how much money they getting from you. They really cracking down on what type of message going to be pushed out there. There's an agenda at work, and boy, Fresh and Fit will be the first, but they ain't gonna be the last. Well, they ain't really the first, but trust and believe me, it coming down the pipeline. Even for content like mine, you gotta walk on eggshells. You gotta know what you're talking about. I follow YouTube and I like a podcaster, Lovely T. She now only have to put half her content on YouTube and other half on Spotify and the rest of them because she know that YouTube's gonna censor. Like, this is the way the world's going. The world want us to be like Timmy Turner. They want us to be gray. They want us to only talk about certain things. Violation for what? If you're talking to a bunch of adults, what's the violation? Like, why can't adults freely talk to another adult? We're not talking to children, and if children watching the show, that's their parents' issue. That's their parents' fault for not monitoring their children. Why are we being blamed for raising other people's children? If we're talking to adults, why is now we're handling adults like children? The world's gonna be like Timmy Turner, and I am speaking like, what is it again? What's the name again? The Panda God, Panda. I think you think Timmy Turner. I know. That's how the world's gonna be. This is just coming down the pipeline. But again, like I said, I'm gonna schedule a meeting with Keva and see, because she went on there. She was I don't think she was a main guest, but she was one of the girls who sit on the couch, and they record their session. But before I go, guys, I just found it so interesting that that these guys started their podcast during the pandemic, and they raised all this fame, over 1 million followers. That is a blessing, and I understand why Homeboy cried. He had to walk off. That is serious. I felt that. That's the most humanized I've ever felt from watching them. And they said some good stuff too from the other podcasts, like what I saw. The advice they gave about Beyonce not leaving Jay-Z, but she encouraging y'all to leave your man and be independent, all that kind of stuff. I agree with that.
Who do you think is a female role model? That will tell me a lot about you.
I would say Beyonce.
See, here's the thing with Beyonce. She is probably one of the biggest con women ever. She tells y'all strong and independent. She tells you guys, all the single ladies, she tells you guys, I can have another you in a minute. But guess what happened? She went ahead and married Jay-Z, who has a higher net worth than her. When he cheated on her, she ain't going fucking nowhere. And she's still with him. So she tells you and sells you the lie of feminism. Meanwhile, when it actually happened to her,
I think it's their show like hit and miss. Sometimes they get it right, and then sometimes they don't. Just like me, I'm a hit and miss. Sometimes my message received to y'all, sometimes it don't. It is what it is. We all have decisions. Not every day is gonna be that day. So it is unfortunate for them, and I felt that. I started creating content. I wasn't consistent like him, and he took a leap of faith and quit his job to do this. That's motivation for me now. I got not to quit my job, but just to get more serious, guys. I need y'all help. But I understand. You give your whole life for this. I just hope if they do get their channel back, they move more smarter now. If they get their channel back, you gotta figure something out. rearrange your content. I don't know how your fan base be loyal knowing that you could say the salacious stuff you say. And that's why I remember when I was listening to Lovely T and she was saying that, you know, you have hate watchers. People only watch you for certain things, but you know, are they real fans or they just want to hear you say something negative about women? You know, they got a lot of bitter men who just watching your videos just to dogpile women. Who have issues, internal issues with women, they watch their show. And if y'all start to switch up your formula, I hope these fan base will stay loyal and say, you know what, let's grow with you or figure something out, go on Discord or whatever. I know. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about this whole situation. Remember to like, subscribe to the YouTube. I really want to know what y'all think. But like I said, I'm going to try to see best I can schedule a sit down with Keva and see and just give me your experience. Anyway, guys, until next time, peace.